if I must tell you that Arsenal is the most lucky and blessed club into this transfer window, guys, you don't say that I'm lying. They've gotten Gabriel Jesus, they've gotten Matana, they've gotten Zinchenko, they've gotten Fabio Vieira and Marquinhos. And this is again playing in their hands. Guys, there has been a twist in everything that is happening between the transfer of Youri Tielemans to Arsenal. And guess what? From nowhere, Arsenal is having a player that Leicester City wants, and Leicester City is having a player that Arsenal wants in there for you. Can you imagine? Out of the blue, it happened. It happened. And there is a transfer boost of Youri Tielemans to a side which goes by the names of Arsenal, because it's now a scratch my back, I scratch your back situation right about now here on Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's our first story of the day, and it's really a story that is going to excite many Arsenal fans in the way, because the permutation, the equation is adding up to Tielemans equals Arsenal in here for you. All right, let me bring you the synopsis of where all this started from. This is the story that everyone was surprised to learn into the news, that Kasper Schmeichel has agreed to join OGC Nice, but the transfer is subject to Leicester finding a replacement. Guys, who is Kasper Schmeichel? Kasper Schmeichel is the goalkeeper of Leicester City. Where does Youri Tielemans play from? He plays at a side which goes by the names of Leicester City. Which team is having one of the goalkeepers? Premier League proven, German international, and he's really good in goal. It's Arsenal, and that goalkeeper goes by the names of Bernard Leno. So this is where the equation adds to. You get? Kasper Schmeichel, Youri Tielemans, Leicester City, Bernard Leno, and Arsenal. 4 parties involved into this. They are both interested in the services of the players, and now finally, this is what we've gotten to know, that Leicester City are considering Arsenal goalkeeper Bernard Leno as potential target to replace Kasper Schmeichel, who has an agreement in place with Nice, according to sources contracted by Get French Football, that is GFFN. Now, they come in from France. They're having a real resource of who is really going to be the next goalkeeper in the for you of a side which goes by names of Nice in France. And they're saying that Arsenal have gone ahead to agree a deal. Kasper Schmeichel has agreed a deal with Nice, and they've put an ultimatum that for us to sell you that player, we have to first find a replacement. Obviously, any club good at doing business does that first. And you know that very well, that any club that is good at doing business, what they do first is that they first get in a replacement to go in and really get, before they really dispose of that player that another club is in need of. And AFTV has come out and told us that Leicester City are reportedly considering a move for Bernard Leno to replace Kasper Schmeichel, who has an agreement in place with Nice. Arsenal's interest in Youri Tielemans could make any negotiations interesting in the for you. So this is really a transfer boost, because it looked like Arsenal were so much reluctant to go in and pay the 30 million pounds Leicester was calling for Youri Tielemans. But right now, the situation has emerged immediately that Youri Tielemans wants to go to Arsenal, left with 1 year on his contract. Bernard Leno too wants to leave Arsenal to get first team football, and he's still left with 1 year on his contract. Arsenal are valuing him at 8 and 10 million pounds. Count 10 in there for you. So Leicester City wants Bernard Leno. It looks like they're going to hijack the deal of Bernard Leno, because Bernard Leno to Fulham was almost done. It was almost a done deal. Done and dusted, I must say. But it looks like Leicester City want to hijack the deal. Obviously, if I tell you Bernard Leno, and they're telling you that you're going to become the first choice goalkeeper of Leicester City, you look back and say, all right, let me step on my foot a little bit. Leicester City and Fulham. You weigh them. Who is really at a higher level of the other? Obviously, Leicester City. Who has high chances of really staying in the Premier League? That is Leicester City, guys. It's not Fulham. Fulham has not been so busy in the market, but I've seen them sign a player who goes by names of Andreas Pereira. They wanted Bernard Leno either for you to add more Premier League experience to their squad, to say that they really fight not to be relegated at the end of the season. But if I'm Bernard Leno, Put yourself in Bernardo's own foot. What do you do? What do you do, guys? If I'm Bernardo, what I do is simple. I go ahead and choose Leicester over Fulham. Obviously, right now, Bernardo has really stepped on his foot. He's saying, no way, let me wait and see. He's talking to Arsenal, he's talking to his agent because this is a hot deal. Leicester is a proven team than Fulham. And to go to Leicester, like Bernardo, you're going to be so much in the spotlight either for you. So Tielemans and Bernardo might cross sides either for you. And when you look at the side of Leicester City, they'll be needing like £20 million from Arsenal to really get in, to really allow Tielemans to cross from Arsenal to a side which goes by the names of, to allow Tielemans to cross from Leicester to Arsenal. Obviously, it's not going to be an easy deal, obviously, but there is a transfer boost that at least after the president, after the president of a team which goes by the names of Leicester City coming out and saying that they have not yet really held any talks with the side which goes by the names of Arsenal in there for you, that no offers have really coming through. Let me bring that story. I think Fabrizio really brought it here very well. The president of Leicester City came out and really said this. What is the president? President of Leicester City, you had something to say yesterday. Can I see it? About Youri Tielemans? It's somewhere here. I'm looking for it. I want to come in here and really show it to you because it really shows you how this is going. This is a transfer boost. This is a confirmation that this is a transfer boost to this deal of Tielemans to side which goes by names of Arsenal, because the president of Tielemans, the chairperson of Leicester City came out and said that there are no offers have been offered to them as far as Youri Tielemans is concerned either for you. No proposals either for you have been made. So I will believe that. All right. This is what the president said of Leicester City. He said that why the Youri Tielemans deal is stalling, as Leicester chairperson, the name is really so much complicated. I can read what either for you. He confirmed that it's nothing. There haven't been any offers yet. There hasn't been anything concrete or a proposition yet. He said about Arsenal and United rumors in the for you. So that's what the chairman of Leicester City said about Youri Tielemans to Arsenal. So this deal of Kasper Schmeichel agreeing a deal with the side which goes by names of Nice, and Leicester City telling Nice that we are going to really let the player come to your side after we really get a replacement or landing a replacement, obviously has brought Arsenal and Leicester into a talking mode, because Leicester has to contact Arsenal for a goalkeeper who goes by the name of Bernardo. They need his services, and that goalkeeper right now is at Arsenal. And Arsenal also is wanting Youri Tielemans. That's why I've told you that it's a scratch my back, I scratch your back situation that is happening right now between Arsenal and Tielemans. So anytime from now, we can hear that Tielemans is going to Arsenal and Bernardo is going to Leicester City. Because if you're Leicester City, you wouldn't like to bring in a goalkeeper who is not Premier League proven, because when you look at all the goalkeepers that we have available, all of them are off the market. Dean Henderson, he went on loan to Nottingham. Which other goalkeeper was available? I think there is Kepa as a Balaga, I think, for Chelsea, but I think he will cost you so much money that you wouldn't like to spend. But if at all you really want to get a deal that is really a bargain, you get in Bernardo, and then Arsenal gets you £20 million. And you give them Youri Tielemans. I think that's a bargain for Leicester City, even for Arsenal. You get? So I really believe that Arsenal can really use this deal to negotiate well with Leicester City. And you see now they are into a deal and they are going to sit down and dialogue about this, because everyone has what the others want. Arsenal have a player, Youri Tielemans, that Leicester wants. Leicester has a player in the names of Bernardo that Leicester wants. And Arsenal wants Youri Tielemans from Leicester City, and it's Tielemans that belongs to Leicester City. So the situation has really brought them on the table to discuss about the deal of Youri Tielemans to a side which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I go by the names of Rokani David either for you. That is Youri Tielemans either for you, but we are waiting to see how these stories are really going to develop far much further, because expect them to develop more and more and more and more in there for you. After Youri Tielemans, let's go to Hector Bellerin. Real Betis Trust that Arsenal will soften their demands for Hector Bellerin. They do not set a date for the deal to happen as they are freeing up wages either for you. Obviously, Real Betis is a joke. How can you come to Arsenal and say that you want Hector Bellerin, who is 27 years of age, and you're offering them £4 million? That's a joke. Dejan Spence, from the Championship, crossed to a side which goes by the names of Spurs, and they pay £25 million. So what does that show you? That he's a right back that can play in any Premier League, in the top, not in the top 6, but in any other team in the Premier League. That is a man who goes by names of Hector Bellerin. So right now, as things stand, Hector Bellerin wants only to play for Real Betis. Villarreal came in through, he said no. Juventus came in through, he said no. He wants to play for Real Betis, but Real Betis cannot meet the realistic evaluation of Arsenal for this player. Obviously, Arsenal is valuing this player at between £10 million and £15 million. For them, they only have 4. And now they're telling us that they really believe that Arsenal will soften their demands for Hector Bellerin. That's out. They won't because he's a good right back, 27 years of age, and you can't sell a player 27 years of age at that amount of money. £4 million, when even players like Brandon Williams are leaving United to Brighton at £15 million, then you are selling Hector Bellerin, a proven right back, at £4 million. Real Betis needs to get serious, and Arsenal won't really go into such a deal because they need to get in money from these players like from players like Hector Bellerin. That's it. And their budget, they are counting like 10 to 15 million pounds out of him. That's why you saw even that a deal of Bernard Leno had really stalled, because Arsenal valued him at 15 million pounds. And now a team which goes by names of Fulham negotiated it down to 8 upfront fee, then £2 million add-ons for you. Arsenal had agreed, but guess what has happened? Leicester comes in through, and they say we want that player who goes by names of Bernard Leno, and obviously the connection to Tielemans will come in through. So Arsenal really wants to collect money out of these players, and I told you that all of the players that Arsenal want to sell, they can collect close to how much? Close to how many? Close to £70 million. Nicolas Pepe, I think is going to be their most expensive seller, selling like £30 million. Then you add on Hector Bellerin, Fatuli goes like for 10, that is 40. Guendouzi has already gone for 9.5, count that 10, that is 50. There is Maitland-Niles, they want 10, that is 60. There is Pablo Mari, they want like 6-7, that is 65. So there are very many other players that Arsenal is really going to sell to get in more money. So Arsenal wants to really maximize the sales and really collect close to £80 million to see to it that they really get back to where they're supposed to be. Obviously, they're really having a good market, but I'm telling you that for me, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10, because the way it really adds up to an 8 out of 10 is when they bring in like a Tielemans, a central defender with the left foot, and a right winger. You get? So that's when I'll give Arsenal an 8 or 9 in this transfer window in there for you. Then we go to another story that we are really ending this story with. A deal between Arsenal and Atalanta for the dry loan of Nuno Tavares is almost completed. That is Abdera Obluma in there for you. Journalist reporter for Sport and FIFA.com in there for you has really told us that Arsenal are really nearing a deal to completion with the side which goes by names of Atalanta. Obviously, I think Atalanta have now really known that Arsenal don't want to sell. They just want to loan out this player on a long season loan such that he really gets to the levels they want. Atalanta, we are pushing for a loan with an option to buy, and Arsenal said no. We have lots of prospects in that guy, Nuno Tavares, and we want him to go that side and really gets a lot of experience. Then returns in here to get to get us to the levels that we want to be, because Arsenal knows that Kieran Tierney is not a player that you're going to rely on season in, season out, because he's an injury-prone player. He has lots of injuries, man. That is a man who goes by names of Nuno Tavares. Kieran Tierney. So they really believe that a 21-year-old Tavares, if he goes to Atalanta and he plays the full season, he'll come back so much a better player. And I really back them. I see a player in Tierney. I see a player in Nuno Tavares. There is a player in Tavares that most of you Arsenal fans don't want to see, but there is a player in him. That's why they don't want to put out a buyout clause a buy option, a loan with a buy option into the deal for him to Atalanta, because they know he's really one of the best players that is going to become in the next future, because he has a height, his physicality is good on the ball, technically gifted, and I always tell people that this lad is meant for the Premier League. His height, it's very hard in the Premier League to find a left back or a right back with the height and physicality of Nuno Tavares. So, and in the Premier League, all those are so much fundamental in there for you. So guys, feel free to go in the comment section. Tell me what you think about Youri Tielemans to Arsenal boost as far as it's concerned. Kasper Schmeichel is going out of Leicester City, and Leicester looking at Bernard Leno, and Bernard Leno is from Arsenal, and Tielemans at Leicester City, and Arsenal really wanting Tielemans. This is a blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise. Arsenal really hitting two birds with one stone, because they are selling a player they don't want, and they are really landing in a player they are wanting in the names of Tielemans. So thank you guys for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share. Go by the names of Rokani David. Rokani Media Football is the name of the channel. It's our first video of the day. So guys, feel free to let me know what you think about what we are really going to go ahead and do in here for you. I sign out for now. See you later.